Hello everyone, and welcome to the final unit of our business analytics series. Myself, Gokul. I am working as an assistant professor in the Department of Master of Business Administration in Sri Muthuraman Institute of Technology. Today, we begin Unit 5 Prescriptive Analytics and Optimization. In Unit 4, we covered Predictive Analytics, understanding what is likely to happen in the future. Now we move to the highest level of analytics, prescriptive analytics, which answers the questions what should we do about it? This is part one, and we will cover the foundation of prescriptive analytics and foundations. In this first part, we will cover what is prescriptive analytics, optimization and its role, stochastic optimization, steps for prescriptive analytics. Let's begin with a clear definition. Let me start with an example that clearly distinguishes predictive and prescriptive analytics. Forecast predictive analytics, forecasting the load on the electric grid over the next 24 hours. Prescriptive analytics, deciding how to operate power plants based on that forecast. See the difference. Predictive tells you what will happen, and prescriptive tells you what to do. Prescriptive analytics is a type of data analytics that uses technology to help businesses make better decisions through the analysis of raw data. It goes beyond prediction to recommend specific actions. To understand where prescriptive analytics fits, let's review the analytics hierarchy. Descriptive analytics, what happened, past, diagnostic analysis, what, why did it happen, past, predictive analytics, what will happen, future, prescriptive analytics, what should we do, future action. Prescriptive analytics is the highest and most advanced level. It doesn't just tell you the forecast, it tells you the best course of action to achieve your goals. Then Gartner's definitions. Gartner, a leading research and advisory firm, defines prescriptive analytics as application of logic and mathematics to data to specify a preferred course of action. While all types of analytics ultimately support better decision making, prescriptive analytics output a decision rather than a report, statistics, probability, or estimate of future outcome. Key takeaways. Prescriptive analytics outputs a decision, not just information. That's what makes it so powerful. Gartner's definition defines two types of prescriptive analytics. One is optimization. It's a mathematical model to find the best solution. Then heuristic, rule-based approaches for the complex problems. First, we will see about the optimization. Optimization consists of constructing a mathematical model with variables and equations whose resolution allows finding the best solution to problem, the optical optimal one. The classic examples are the traveling salesman problem. A salesman must visit a set of cities only once and return to the starting city. The goal is to travel the shortest possible distance. This is an optimization problem, finding the best route among millions of possibilities. In business, optimization applies to supply chain routing, production scheduling, investment portfolio section, and many other areas. Role of optimization. Optimization solver use algorithms such as linear programming, mixed integer programming, constraint programming, heuristic algorithm. The, these algorithm minimizes or maximize some objectives while meeting business constraints. These algorithm optimization uses an explicit analytical decision model. It's an advantage to compute outcome for each alternative. You know, for every possible choice, what the expected outcome or what trade-off exits, what the optimal decision is. In other words, prescriptive analytics is enabled by optimization. When optimization is done while considering uncertainty, it is called stochastic optimization. Why this matters? The real world is uncertain, future demand, prices, and customer behavior are not known with certainty. Stochastic optimization incorporates probability distribution for uncertain variables, multiple possible scenarios, risk preference of decision makers. For example, optimizing inventory level while accounting for uncertain future demand. That's cost stochastic optimization. Steps for the prescriptive analytics. The prescriptive analytics follow these steps: process and decision flow, which represent the process flow model for the organization, which means resources, cost, capabilities. It also determines the range of possibilities for decision. Then data, input data from a representative historical period to feed the model. Then validate the process flow. Third, constraints, define upper and lower constraint limit for all decision possibilities. Establish the objective function to be considered. Then finally, prescription. It identifies the best way to utilize resources, cost, and capabilities to maximize defined objectives. Evaluate what if scenarios. This structured approach ensures rigorous decision making. Prescriptive analytics doesn't just inform decision, it drives them. It closes the loop from data to action. Descriptive tells you what happened, predictive tells you what will happen, prescriptive tells you what to do. Organization that implement prescriptive analytics gain a competitive edge by making faster, more informed, and more optimal decisions. Then predictive prescriptive analytics techniques. There are two types of techniques. One is simulation optimization, combined simulation modeling uncertainty with optimization, which means finding the best solution. Then second, decision analysis, structured approaches to evaluate choices under uncertainty, including decision trees and influence diagrams. That concludes part 1 of Unit 5. We have covered We have covered and introduced the prescriptive analytics, optimization, and steps involved. In part 2, we will dive deeper into prescriptive modeling techniques, including linear programming, non-linear programming, and rules-based methods. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your questions in the comment. See you in the next part. Thank you.